Hello, my name is Chrissy Hodges. Thank you for being here on my YouTube channel. And I am a certified peer support specialist, work with people worldwide to give them support and also to provide referrals through consultation. And I'm the author of Pure OCD, The Invisible Side of Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. Thank you for being here today. And I do want to say, I'm really sorry. I have been MIA in doing videos. I figured out what was going on and talked a little bit about it on my Instagram about a week ago on a video, a little over a week ago actually. I was outside, the wind's blowing and I have a pink shirt on, and but I don't want to talk about that today. So if you want to watch it, head on over to my Instagram at Pure Chrissy. I will talk about it in the next couple weeks, but I just didn't want to do 2 videos in a row about it. But I have backed off some, and a lot of it has to do with some OCD stuff I didn't know about. And so, but I am back to start doing videos again. And I also am really excited because I've kind of built up a lot of content that I want to talk about that I think is a little bit outside the box than what we normally talk with OCD. And I think that's what's important to the community. So excited to be back. I'll be doing 3 or 4 videos a month. I'm going to try to bring on a few people to therapists and advocates to talk about all things OCD related, of course. And I even might bring my husband on, talk about what it's like to be in a relationship with someone with anxiety. He and I both have anxiety. I have OCD, he has anxiety too, but I just have a lot of things in the works. And so just wanted to thank you for your patience and the much, I guess, like the break that I took, but also in being able to kind of come back around and figure out when OCD is bugging me as well, and needing to know what I have to do about it. So, but today I am really excited because we're going to talk about OCD and the law of attraction. And so before I get to that, I do want to say I have partnered with NOCD, that's NOCD, the app, NOCD that provides forums and support for individuals living with OCD worldwide. And they also now provide therapy here in the States. And they are available to do therapy in all 50 states. Steven, the founder, is just near and dear to my heart, and has done a lot of work to keep the therapy as affordable as possible. They even work with insurance companies. So, I always love having the resources of being able to refer people to get help. So if you're here in the States, they are working with therapists in all 50 states. I know it was 48 and that 50 was coming up real soon. So if it's not 50 yet, it will be in the next probably week. So treatmyocd.com. You can go to their app at NOCD. It's just a great organization doing their best to try to get people to treatment, exposure response prevention treatment. So really excited to be working with them. But today, law of attraction. So why did I choose this topic? Because this is by far, this is a big obstacle for people when they get into treatment or when they find out they have OCD and they've been dealing with this for so long. The law of attraction throws a big wrench into everything. Now, I'm going to preface with this. If you don't know what the law of attraction is, now don't go looking it up. Cut the video off right now because it's going to mess with you. If you do, and it doesn't bother you, that's fine. You still probably, no need to watch the video. But for many people, the law of attraction just presents this huge problem. And a lot of that too can get into the scrupulosity and magical thinking piece. And so I really wanted to address it today. I'm not going to dispel any sort of myths about it, or I'm not going to be pro or against it or anything like that. I'm just going to talk to you about a little bit how it relates to the intention versus the fear. So intention being, that's kind of the basis and premises of the law of attraction, and fear, the opposite end, is going to be the basis and premises of OCD. So first, there's this. What is the law of attraction? Now I'm gonna butcher this and whatever, so don't get all on me in the comments of like, no, that's not what it is. Like I'm not interested in like actual scientific explanation. I'm just gonna tell you just from my own knowledge and just from knowing what I've seen on the internet. The law of attraction is this I think it's metaphysical, I don't even know, ideology, way of thinking, that if you think something, okay, we'll just start with kind of the basic premises, which is going to be like, if you intentionally think of something and visualize it, and it's kind of like the vision board piece, and I'm not knocking the vision board at all, but what I'm saying is that it's kind of based on that. Like if this is something that you want in your life and you envision it, and you even go the next step of like, believing that you're already there and you've already manifested and created. See, all these words are really triggering for people with OCD. That the universe will bend and you will end up in whatever that vision is. You will end up on your vision board. What I think a lot of us, I'll get into how it like fucks with OCD in a minute, but like a lot of us, I think there's a missing piece to that. So, and as of late, I think the last movie that came out about this was The Secret. That came in, like 2004, 2003. I remember watching it and being like, what is this, 2 a.m. infomercial? And I'm not going to tell you that I don't believe in intention and working towards goals. And I do believe that that's something that I hold as a value. Like, here's a goal, I want to work towards it. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to keep working. But I saw The Secret. I was like, really? Little Johnny wants a bike and 2 days later that shit shows up on his door? No. That ain't no law of attraction. That is packaging and selling a product. So what we sometimes read into the law of attraction is, well, I just want this, or I'm going to think this, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's going to show up. Like, I think another example they used was like someone who used to dread going to the mailbox because all they got was bills. This was back before we had online payment, y'all. But then all of a sudden they started visualizing that they would go to the mailbox and there would just be money showing up, and all of a sudden they're getting checks in the mail. I'm like, no. That's not, I mean, yes, they're just shortening it and they're just like, throwing it out there, like trying to sell something, but that's not how it works. And so just really quickly, I'm going to tell you in my own understanding, which hopefully you can't argue with because we all understand things differently, is the way that I perceive it. And I actually later on in life, like somehow ended up with a DVD of that, or like a tape, I think, even like a VHS of The Secret. And I watched it several times. And at that point in my life, I was like, okay, I am in need of something. I am in need of a change. And I did do some of that. Okay, this is what I want. This is like, if in 5 years I'd like this. But here's the deal. When it comes to the law of attraction, this is about intention. It's the, and I'll get to this because this segues right into the OCD piece. It's more about, instead of little Johnny wanting the bike and it shows up, it's little Johnny is like, I want to have a bike in 6 months and I'm 10, so what can I do? I can do a lemonade stand. I can ask mom and dad for chores and get money, or I can, do whatever I need to do to find the money to buy the bike, or work. And then maybe mom or dad or uncle or aunt or grandma or some sees the person doing the work and then buys the bike or whatever. I mean, I don't know. So there's intention behind it, and there's also work behind it. There's also the, I can't just envision having $1 million and boom, in 5 days, oh, the check showed up and this shit works. Like, it's not like that. But I also want to tell you where this gets all mixed up for people with OCD, because what happens is with OCD, of course, we're always looking for proof and we're always looking for the black and white of things. And so when we see the law of attraction, we're going to see phrases that very much describe what I just described. The intention is, this is something I want. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to work towards it. I'm going to work very hard. My intention every day is to have a cabin in the woods in 10 years. By a lake. That's my intention. So every day I'm going to intentionally work hard to do that. Does that mean I have to sacrifice things? Yes. Does that mean I need to save money? Do I need to take on extra work? Yes. But the goal is that, right? So there's a lot of other stuff that goes in there other than just, I have a positive thought and boom, there's my cabin. No. But when you have OCD, you hear these phrases. The universe bends. Thinking negative thoughts brings on negative reactions. Thinking positive thoughts brings on positive reactions. And all of a sudden you are like, uh-oh, I'm thinking about murdering my family all day, every day. So does that mean the universe is going to bend and I'm going to murder my family? No. But that's what we hear, right? And that's often what our rational brain, even before we know we have OCD, goes to first. I'm having these negative thoughts. I'm having these awful thoughts. I just need to replace them with something good because I can't put that out there. I can't just keep manifesting this negative because that means negative is going to happen. I need to be positive so positive can happen. Okay, I just want to remind you, number one, that's not what the law of attraction is about. We are talking about anxiety and fear, not intention and hard work and gearing everything in your life towards something that you really want to work for and deserve. Like, fear and anxiety is on the opposite end of the spectrum. There's that, and there's also, you're dealing with a major mental illness. And I have done, I've read a lot of stuff about the law of attraction because I really appreciate the premises of it. And I have felt like intention has been really beneficial to me. But I also know that, like, come on now, like, when you have, like, I could have, I'm going to say this and then, like, I'll feel the need to knock on wood, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do ERP right here. I feel like, okay, I'm on track with my intention to buying a piece of property, like in a cabin, in the next 5 years. But if I get cancer before then, I'm not worried about that every day. But if I do, what does that mean? I didn't put my intention out and the universe didn't grant it to me? No, that means life happened. The end. It doesn't mean that I can't keep working towards it and then maybe, like, it's derailed for another 20 years, or it maybe means that, like, it never happens. Is that my fault? No. And that's the difference here between, like, when you are, like, an adamant believer in the law of attraction, when it starts to intertwine with OCD. Because then you're starting to judge your thoughts. You're starting to judge circumstances. You're starting to see things and then turn around and blame yourself. And as if those of us with OCD need anything else to blame ourselves about, right? We are the masters of finding anything to blame on us. So I guess what I want to say to you is this. There's a lot of triggering information and material when it comes to the law of attraction. But I want you to hear me, and I want you to hear me clear. You have the human right to believe in whatever you believe in and the extent to what you believe. The challenge for us is reading into something and going, uh-oh, what if this is real? For people who might, believe in demon possession, for example, you might go searching the internet for, okay, is this a real thing or is this not? And then you can find 20 things that say it's real and 20 things to say it's not. If you are allowed to believe and investigate whatever you want, but the responsibility comes to the extent to which you are going to dive into it to prove or disprove what's going on with OCD. That's the challenge, isn't it? And with the law of attraction, that's what always gets all messed up. Now, I do want to say, and I want to preface this, and I want to really quickly talk about when I hear this from clients, or also when I hear it when it comes to ERP. The fundamentals of the law of attraction are based on intention. They're based on intention. Now, even me saying that, you're going to go, oh my God, is my intention that I really, want to murder my family, or I really am a pedophile, I really want to harm children? Like, is that my intention? You're probably like questioning that just because I said that. But no, it's not. Like, fear and anxiety is not intention. Fear and anxiety is a result. Right? Yes. So the intention that comes with the law of attraction is, these are the things I want. I'm going to make a plan to work towards that. I'm going to be vigilant and diligent every single day to make that happen. It's something that typically is going to make people happy. I mean, unless they're just like, I want $1 million and I'm going to shit on everybody, on my way to getting that. I mean, I don't think that's going to make people happy. But if you see what I'm saying, we might confuse that with every single day I think about intrusive thoughts. Every single day I feel bad. So I'm putting that out to the universe and the universe is going to bend. Nope, nope, nope. Law of attraction doesn't work on that. It works on intention. That's the quote unquote science behind that. Don't crucify me for saying that, please. I'm just saying, like, if you read up on that, that's what it's about. And people with OCD, their intention is not, I love these intrusive thoughts and I'm so glad to have them and I'm going to put them out every day. Yay! Like, that's not what it's about. So it's really important to understand that distinction. I'm going to move into this really quickly before I wrap up. Because of that, people also get all wrapped up in, I don't want to do exposure response prevention, okay? Because ERP is what? Intentionally bringing on, facing these negative thoughts and then not reacting. So what people really get tripped up on is when they understand the law of attraction, or they see this and they go, well, I'm not doing ERP because if I'm intentionally, again, there's that word, if I'm intentionally bringing on thoughts of, like, say it's sexual orientation OCD, and I'm going to intentionally bring on thoughts of being straight or gay or trans or asexual or bisexual, if I'm going to intentionally bring on, I'm putting out to the universe that that's what I want, and the universe is going to bend and that's what's going to happen, right? No, that's not how it works, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so here's the example. So when we're talking about fear and anxiety, which is what we are dealing with, an OCD, a major mental illness, okay, this is not an intention that we're putting out. This is something that we are living with, that we have to deal with as human beings. The same as diabetes. People with diabetes, like if they eat something, they eat something and then they're like, well, I'm eating this because I really want this, and then their blood sugar drops and then they go into a coma. That is not putting out to the universe that they want to risk dying. That is just a human choice. That's a disease that they have, that they deal with, that sometimes is tough to deal with. The same with OCD. So I got a little passionate. I'm getting all red. But when people are going into treatment for OCD, it's really important to look at it this way. If you have cancer and you go to an expert and they say, if you want to live, we need to do chemotherapy. And this is going to be an aggressive chemo. It's going to be painful. It's going to be harmful. You're going to feel bad for 6 months, but this is our best shot. We're 99.9%, right? Your intention is, I want to live. I will do whatever the expert tells me. This is the treatment that I know is going to work, and I don't want to suffer anymore, okay? They're not going to walk away and go tell their friends, I'm engaging in self-harm, right? I'm intentionally engaging in self-harm and I'm putting self-harm into the universe. No, they're not. They're going to their friends and saying, we have hope. And this is what I'm going to do, and it's going to be hard, and I'm going to do it anyway. And I don't necessarily agree with harming myself, but I want to live. My intention is I want to live, because if I don't do it, my intention is to stay sick. It is the same with OCD. The evidence-based therapy that works is exposure response prevention. Inside of that therapy, here's the intention over here. I'm sick, I'm in symptoms, I want to get better. Over here, the intention, I want to get well, this is getting well. Anything in the middle here, just like chemotherapy, anything in the middle, you do what you have to do. The same way that person's not going to say, I'm accusing myself of self-harm, you're not going to say, well, I had to put those thoughts out. I had to bring those thoughts on, so I'm putting out in the universe. They're not putting self-harm out. You're not putting your intrusive thoughts out there. Being able to intentionally bring them on. You're doing the work inside here. The intention is, I'll do whatever it takes to get better. My intention is not to stay sick anymore. My intention is, I'll do whatever it takes to get better. When I saw Philipson, and I, back in the day, it was like 22, 23 years ago, I went to him and I said, I'm scared, but I don't care. Whatever you want me to do, I'll shove my head through a brick wall. I can't do this anymore. I can't suffer anymore. Whatever you need to do, I'll hold my nose and trust the process. And he was like, here we go. And I remember having to kind of hold on to his trusting the process and just holding on to knowing that he knew what was going on, because my intention was, I'll do whatever it takes to get better. So the law of attraction can really mess with us. The wording is horrible. The ideology behind it is horrible. Like, negative thoughts breed negative consequences, positive thoughts breed... Fuck that. Like, for reals. Like, we're human beings. Number one, outside of OCD, we're human beings. Like, come on now. Like, you really think you can have positive... That's like saying, I'll never be angry because I just want to be happy all the time. That's not a reality. And so if we're trapped all of a sudden by some sort of belief system that's like, you can't ever be negative and you can't think anything negative or else, that's just not living. First of all, it's not possible. It's not human. So whatever you believe, whatever ideology, whatever thing that helps you to reach your goals, to help keep you motivated, whether that be, ideologies, whether that be theories, whether that be religion, whether that be whatever, it's great, but just keep it in check until it becomes a do this or else. Because when it becomes that, that's when OCD just jumps all over it and feeds off of it. And with the law of attraction, it's not only important, number one, to understand what it really is. Number two, be skeptical of it. How we have to be skeptical of anything that tells us that any action we have is going to have like a consequence that mirrors it. But number three, just understanding the difference between intention, fear and anxiety, and also the fact that you are living with a major mental illness. Okay? I want you to hear me before I close up. You did not ask for this. You did not do something wrong to deserve this. Okay? This happened to you. This hijacked you. This is something that is part of you that, you would give back, you would give away, that most people say, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. So I want you to remember that you're the victim of this. You don't have to be doesn't have to be victimhood, but it's also really freeing to understand that OCD happening to you is not your fault. So please don't let that get all mixed up in ideologies that say that you are the one that has to somehow control it, or else. Get help. Get professional help. You deserve it. You're worthy of it. Right now, if you're in the States, head over to NOCD, treatmyocd.com, see what they can offer, see if they can work with your insurance. Internationally, Dr. Stephen Phillipson's center helps to work with people, especially with financials, ocdonline.com. They've got lots of therapists in there that can help. And just know that organizations like mine, OCD Game Changers, we're working on the solutions right now with therapists. We're doing focus groups trying to figure out how to get you the help that you need and deserve if you've got barriers in front of you. Hang on. This community is powerful and important, and you're part of it, and you're important here in this community, and you matter. So I hope this video helped cleared up anything that you might have about the law of attraction. I know I probably jumped around on it, and I just wanted to be real careful how I portrayed it and the language around it. But just know there's a big difference in what we experience with OCD and the ideology of the law of attraction. But also know that help is available. And that we're doing everything that we can through my organization and lots of other places to be able to get that help that you need. And just thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this community, and I look forward to seeing you next week.